Welcome to Jerry Seinfeld's great-grandmother's second cousin's husband's daughter's cat's favorite internet radio show, ASP Stuff Radio, the high-quality radio show on the internet that discusses mouth-watering stuff like cats and cat treats, the San Francisco Giants, unborn human beings, and juicy what's not. Today is Saturday, April 16th. Joining me this sunny morning is Paul's favorite brother, Stevocrates. Welcome.
Hello, world audience out there. Hello,
all you listeners.
So my favorite topic is the what's not.
The what's not.
Yeah.
You want to talk about what's not? What's not?
Yeah. What is what's not?
Snotty what?
So it's only Steve Ockley and
Just,
who else?
We don't have Paul.
Albot, Philbot.
Paul Leto he's always on assignment. He's always going on these important missions. I guess he's in St. Louis inspecting the elevator or Ferris. What do you call it? Ferris wheel arch
and the arch.
The arch. He's got to do some inspection maintenance, make sure everything's running accordingly, smoothly.
Is there an elevator that goes up to the top?
Yes, there is. I did not know that.
Paul, you had to take stairs or something.
Paul told me there's an elevator similar to a Ferris wheel where you can go up to the very top and look out some windows that are, I guess you could see through the arch, the world famous arch.
You think there's some Trump supporters?
So Paul's in, well, he was in St. Louis and now he's in Chicago. Trump supporters in Chicago?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's right next to a big Trump hotel or something.
Trump hotel. So,
what's going on? What's the topics?
What are the topics for today?
Yeah.
Well, we got a variety of topics. Should we start with some cat facts?
Yeah.
Let's get started with some cat facts.
Just to wake everybody up.
Just get everyone
Saturday
excited,
morning.
Right? Because we got 60 plus minutes of show on stuff.
Facts about cats.
Oh, Mario Paint.
All right, so this is an interesting story that I got. Cats cause road rage, among other things.
New at 5, nearly 30% of homes in the U.S. have cats as pets. In fact, there are 2 cats in the average household. For some, owning a cat can be a calming experience, but a new study shows our feline friends might be responsible for some unexpected emotions. Lynn Hayes-Freeland explains.
Most of the time, when we see gloves like this, it's at a doctor's office or a hospital visit. But you may want to think about using gloves just like this the next time you change your kitty litter.
Cats are a first-choice pet for many. They aren't too much trouble as long as you change their kitty litter on a regular basis. But a new study suggests how you change that cat litter could be causing you to lose your temper, become angry, and more because of something called toxoplasmosis.
It does have the ability to infect the brain. It does have the ability to change the behavior of other animals that are infected with it. For example, mice become less fearful of cats when they are infected with toxoplasmosis.
Toxoplasmosis is a parasite that's often transmitted through the feces of infected cats. About 10 to 15% of the population has already been exposed to the parasite and may not even be aware of it. But people with compromised immune systems or women who are pregnant pose a different risk. The study from the University of Chicago found there could be a link between the parasite and intermittent explosive disorder, impulsive outbursts, either verbal or physical.
That doesn't mean that toxoplasmosis causes intermittent explosive disorder. It's a correlation.
So what does that mean to the average person who may come in contact with cat feces? Well, it doesn't mean touch the feces and lose your temper, but it does mean you should be careful every time you change a litter box.
What we do recommend is the hand hygiene, wear gloves when you change the litter. It is not inhalation, it's through the food.
If you take your kitty litter out every day, you aren't going to be exposed to it.
More studies are needed to figure out exactly what the link is here, but one thing doctors seem sure about: wash your hands. Don't eat uncooked meat, especially pork, and keep that litter box clean.
You can really avoid exposure to it if you empty your cat litter daily, because the protozoa, the toxoplasmosis microorganism, takes a couple of days to be able to be infectious.
Lynn Hayes Freeland, KDKA, TV News.
Yummy.
Yeah, I was trying not to crack up. It's pretty funny.
We should play a game. Fact or fiction?
Is this April Fool's?
No April Fool's joke.
It's not April Fool's. So this is reality. We're dealing with
real facts. But
this is a real danger.
Yeah.
Facts about cats.
So what we should do is avoid putting the kitty litter next to the cereal or the next to the oatmeal.
Yeah, make sure that your cat's butt isn't near your oatmeal or cereal, because a piece of cat feces or litter might drop into your bowl of cereal and you might eat it, and then it might cause you to go crazy. Oh!
Intermittent explosive diarrhea? No.
No. Intermittent explosive disorder with an occasional shard. You want to explain to our audience what a shard is? So
combination between farts and pooping?
Yeah, but more liquid poop.
Liquidy?
A liquid poop, basically. A liquid fart, or a fart that's not completely in a gaseous form.
And it usually happens when you're just trying to fart, but
unintentional.
Unintentional consequences may occur.
Yeah.
So what's IED?
Intermittent explosive disorder. Getting back on this cat disease. First of all, I think this is a ploy or conspiracy to get rid of cats and maybe using them as excellent sources of protein for a new burger joint. Cat burgers.
Eventually, 10 years from now, or how many years will it take
for
did you hear populace to get used to eating?
Did you know about the story?
The
cat story? This story at all? Was this?
No.
All right, we'll see. We have to get the story out. Once that story's out, the population begins to...
Was that national news there?
I heard about it through 9C. I didn't know about it.
C.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like a R2D2?
Yeah, it's my R2D2. A form of my droid gets some information. Yeah. Its name is 9C.
Smart robot.
Yeah. So let me read some more. Let me continue, because the article had some interesting tidbits about this parasite. So the parasite's called Toxoplasma gondii. I guess it's named after Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhis. And so here's a quote. All right, now let's play a game called Fact or Fiction. Fact or Fiction. Does Krauss frown or not? In recent decades, scientists have been probing the connections between toxoplasmosis and psychiatric disorders and behavior changes in humans. Studies have linked infection to schizophrenia, suicide attempts, and traffic accidents. One 2015 study found that children with latent infections had poorer reading skills and reduced memory.
So Krauss smiles.
He smiles. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Because studies have been done.
Yeah, there's studies.
All right. But like that doctor said in the story, there's no cause and effect. There's only a correlation. And correlation is not the same thing as causation. So when they say link, right, studies have linked infection to schizophrenia. It sounds a little fishy. I mean, don't you do...
What was but you have to figure out what that link was.
Between cat feces and the parasite and schizophrenia and suicide attempts? Maybe I can understand schizophrenia, but suicide attempts and then traffic accidents. And then children with latent infections had poor reading skills and reduced memory. How do you, quote unquote, link cats with poor reading skills, reduced memory?
Okay, so I would see a child, toddler, probably eating cat feces, and then the next thing I noticed, they can't read their book.
Okay, so they're
That's a link.
they're mowing down on some cat mud pies. Mom, I want another cat mud pie.
and then there you go.
Story time, little Tommy, and then his brain's just a pile of cat poop, and he can't read.
Can't read.
Can't read. Okay,
but these are smart toddlers because they learn to read at age 1.
Yeah, so one piece of cat feces might obliterate their reading comprehension skills.
Yeah, so I mean, people who make these stories are out to scare
And to make people hate cats, because most of the people in this world love dogs. They hate cats. So I think this is a conspiracy to kill cats or just get rid of them.
What is... So this is a Trump Porter conspiracy. Trumpacy.
Yeah, those who hate cats and love dogs.
Because gun toters like dogs, right?
Yeah, and philosophers love cats.
Yeah.
Bookworms, people who like to read, love cats. So get rid of the cats.
Turn people from a wet noodle into a gun toter.
Yeah.
There it is.
All
so
right,
maybe subconsciously, right? So you go from cats to redneck dogs.
Yeah, redneck dogs.
Yeah, that help you, like the duck hunt dogs.
All right, well, here, fact or fiction? Some studies have suggested that Toxoplasma Mahatma Gandhi can alter the behavior of humans too, making men more aggressive and even causing women to cheat on their husbands.
Fiction.
Nope, fact.
What?
Cats cause women to cheat on their husbands.
Or cross smiles.
He smiles.
So when did this come up? What study was this?
It says some studies.
Oh, because
some studies. So there's at least one study out there.
Who's doing this study?
Now, this word is even stronger. The emphasis is causing women to cheat on their husbands. So this parasite, Gandhi, causes women to cheat on their husbands. So this has nothing to do with morality. This has nothing about making a decision. This is, I couldn't help it. I ate some cat feces inadvertently, and then I couldn't help myself but cheat on my husband.
But wouldn't a normal layman person question the study already? It just doesn't.
I don't know.
So who's doing the study?
Some, your typical brain dead person hears this stuff on the news or it's on the headline, and they just think, oh shoot, cats cause women to cheat on their husbands? I better not have a cat. Better get a dog instead.
But maybe it's just this guy that he was cheated on.
Does the doctor...
this dude was cheated on. His wife cheated on him, and then he's like, I gotta come up with something to make it.
So it's not my fault.
It's not me.
It's not me. It's my damn cat. My cat's the reason why my wife cheated on me. So, and I happen to be a horrible scientist.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
There you go.
There, see? all is good.
Yeah. So here's another. All right, fact or fiction. Cats could be making children stupid, according to research that links a parasite carried by the animals with falling reading and memory aptitude in young people. Researchers found the parasite has been linked to reduced memory and reading skills in children.
Why are so many people focused on cats, by the way, doing all this
They hate cats.
People really don't have anything better to do with their time.
Here's one more. Cat ladies more likely to commit suicide. Scientists claim.
Are you're making it up?
No, this is for real. That's why I want to call this fact or fiction.
What Google site? What did you Google?
The site, just look up Toxoplasmosa Mahatma Gandhi and intermittent disorder diarrhea. explosive. IED.
But it's like there's so much BS, right?
Of course, there's real scientists do not publish articles on the internet. These scientists are hacks. And I read a study somewhere that a lot of the stuff that comes from the media isn't necessarily scientific, especially when they say according to scientists or studies have shown.
So if you use those lines, you can get a lot of like brainwashed people.
Yeah, like scientists have shown that if you eat a lot of kale, you will have perfect vision in 3 years.
And then the scientist?
And then people go out and start buying
dude with a name tag that says scientist.
Yeah, with a lab coat. And then people go out to Whole Foods, buy a lot of kale,
glasses too.
And then the stock goes up on glasses. Yeah, and the cockeyed wild scientists with crazy white hair, messy hair. Those are the scientists that people think of.
That'll do it. Yeah.
All right.
It's one of those people.
Fact or fiction? Infected rats are already known to lose their fear of cats, making it more likely that they will be killed and eaten. This is advantageous to the parasite, since it reproduces inside the intestines of cats. The organism's egg-like oocysts are shed in cat feces, which may then contaminate food or infect other animals.
So rats can no longer are no longer scared of cats. Is that what it is?
Because the parasite in the cat feces makes rats miraculously or magically lose their fear of cats. So it's like I took a shit somewhere and then that made you or someone lose their fear of me.
Well, isn't that what animals do? Like, the king of the jungle, the lion, he takes a dump somewhere, he pisses somewhere, and then like
they get scared.
I'm not gonna be around. You just
okay, that makes sense. Okay, but then to go off in this whole parasite and eggs releasing fear smoke out into the atmosphere.
But by the way, I wonder if this toxoplasmy is that only in cats? But why would that only be in cats?
Specific to cats?
Yeah.
Again, that's why I'm saying this is a ploy. This is an agenda, a hidden agenda to really instill fear in Americans, so that
Because I'm pretty sure you might find the same stuff in a dog. Probably. I'm just
the scientist. Yes, I would assume that a real scientist is going to be objective here and examine the feces of dogs as well. I mean, and the people who deliver the news, they say stupid things like cats cause road rage.
And then you have this.
And then if I pet my cat, then I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah, you generalize that all cats will make you crazy in your morning commute.
Facts about cats.
Actually, I have one more cat fact.
Okay.
But it's about lions. Did you hear about this? A photographer captures a photo of 2 male lions having sex in Botswana. I repeat, a photographer captures a photo of 2 male lions having the sex.
Oh boy. Well, they cats obviously pass this disease to humans.
So maybe the Toxoplasma Mahatma Gandhi makes cats go gay.
That too. And if you eat their feces, you will become gay.
Yeah. So Harry and Saul might one day wake up seeing Saul and Harry
oh man,
having the doing the wild thing and the.
Well, did it link the toxoplasmy?
No. There's no correlation. This is just a random
that's
fact.
Cross frowning.
I think you could. I think you could do a study to see whether toxoplasma causes.
Were they eating each other's poop before they did the deed?
Did they eat each other's poop before they decided to have same sex?
Are they trying to get married too? Yeah. So then we can't.
Now I decided to do some research, and I found out that homosexual behavior is not uncommon in the animal kingdom. But for example, giraffes, chimpanzees, flamingos, dolphins, snails, bats, sea lions, killer whales, penguins, and billions of insects are attracted to the same sex. So there goes the typical Republican Christian's argument that being gay is unnatural, because it's clear that homosexuality is natural. Furthermore, if God created the world and all of its gay creatures, then God is a strong advocate and supporter of homosexuality among human and non-human animals.
Facts about cats.
Wow, I didn't know this. Did not know that. So the Lord is promoting it.
The Lord promotes same sex.
All right. Well,
Yeah, where are you going to learn that? You're not going to learn that in any other internet radio show, but Stuff Radio, ASP Stuff Radio.
I just want to stay away from cats right now.
Okay, same here. So let's talk about the Giants. Sports. We're going to talk about sports. Baseball
Giants.
season 2016 started what, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, let's any major highlights you'd like to point out, since you and Paul Paletto are the experts on baseball and the Giants.
Well, I think they got off to a pretty good start. They hit quite a bit of home runs to start the season.
Yeah, I noticed their hitting was pretty strong offense.
Yeah, then they had a lot of their new guys like Cueto are making good contributions, and Samardzija,
The Shark.
Denard Span.
Although he does have a weird stance, I noticed.
He's got a weird stance, but everybody, they grow up hitting a certain way, so you kind of keep it.
I just wasn't sure if that was another Pablo Sandoval superstitious ritual, where if I cock my foot this way towards my left foot, then maybe I'll hit a home run.
No, I don't think there's superstition.
So is it actual strategy, or
it's what makes him comfortable when he's hitting.
Mm-hmm. So I was going to say Matt Duffy hit some home runs, or a couple home runs.
He had a couple home runs. He's still not. I think his average is somewhat lower than it could be.
Yeah.
He hasn't been getting too many hits.
How about his plays defensively? Do you think he can brush up a little bit?
I don't think I've watched him play too much defense so far. Did you see him play any defense? I don't. I don't think he's really making too many mistakes, is he?
There were a couple plays where he missed the ball. Same with.
He has a couple errors. You saw?
I think, or maybe I'm thinking of Panic. I know Joe Panic made a couple errors.
Yeah, they had something last night where Panic and Superman made a couple errors, kind of somewhat cost them the game.
Yeah, I think this is. I don't remember specifics because the older I get, my memory just fades away. But I had this general impression that the Giants could work a little bit more on their defense. Just their, I think
they could, but I think they have a really solid defensive team. I mean,
yeah, collectively and in general, I'm just noting they're trying to clear away the spring training cobwebs.
The general consensus is the Giants do have a pretty good team. Some people, it just depends. The pundits say that they have a really good chance of winning the division.
Already?
Yeah,
so it's a very bold.
That's how these shows work. If you were to watch MLB Network or one of the sports shows, you got to come out with predictions before the season even starts. Mm-hmm. So you look at the team how it is right now, barring anything weird happening, and you never can predict injuries or anything like that. But as it stood when the season began, people come up with their predictions.
Mm-hmm. And was anyone predicting? What's his name from the Dodgers? The pitcher who went over
Kershaw?
To the Diamondbacks. Cranky, yeah. Did anyone predict on the first game that he would get home runs off of him?
No, I don't think anybody predicted that.
Yeah. No. Or Goldschmidt getting injured?
I didn't even know that. He got injured?
Yeah, I think so. Early early in that. I think it was the first week. Yeah.
So it was serious?
I think so, yeah. He's going to be out for maybe a month.
Yeah, that's not that bad. Month's not that bad.
But Cranky got hammered. Home runs. I think there were 2 or 3 home runs the first game. They spent a lot of money on him, too.
They spent the franchise funds.
On
Cranky.
Yeah.
He must have not really liked playing for the Doyers.
The Doyers, no. I don't think he's used to the dry heat yet, and all the dust particulates in the air might be affecting his pitching skills.
Yeah, and plus, the Doyers don't really have a cohesive unit, and they're in Hollywood land, you know.
How the Doyers?
Actually, they're doing okay right now. They're competing all right with the Giants. Giants did take 2 out of 3 up there in San Francisco.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Where Mad Bum and Kershaw face each other in their pitching duel.
Yeah, and they had one last night too.
That was that was classic. A Bum hitting a home run against Kershaw.
Yeah. Well, he's I thought he did the same. I thought Kershaw had done the same to Bumgarner. Can't remember.
That night?
No, it wasn't that. No.
That would have been even crazier. Ridiculous if he did that.
Yeah. And Bum's got the edge right now. Yeah. He did have the latest home run. Actually got another hit off him last night.
Okay. Well, I didn't see the game. Thanks for spoiling it.
I didn't watch it. I just saw some highlights and they lost.
What was the score?
7-3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't good for Bum and the Giants, and there were some couple of errors out in the middle infield. But, you know, those things happen.
Yeah. Especially when they're playing the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't know. A little
more adrenaline rush.
Yeah, sort of. But these guys are professionals. They practice all the time. They play all the time. So things like that aren't expected.
Okay, so they've been making spring training errors. So maybe they still need to work on some basic fundamentals.
A little bit, but when you play all the time, I don't know. You just maybe there's some mental aspect to it. You know,
baseball's all mental.
Yeah.
All mental.
Got to get your head in the game.
So the game that I want to talk about is with the Dodgers, with the almost no-hitter with the major league.
Yeah, what's
the
his
debut
name? Striplin or something.
Yeah, I thought Striplin. Yeah. Sounds like Strickland.
Yeah, it sounds like Striplin.
So what's his story? Because I didn't know who he was until the Giants.
Well, nobody knows who he was. I don't know anything about him any more than the general public there, but he happened to throw a no-hit against the Giants. They are up until the 7th inning, right?
Yeah, so technically he threw a no-hitter against the Giants up until the 7th.
Were you watching it?
I was watching.
I can't actually watch the Dodgers Giants games.
Oh, okay, right, because you're in LA and they black it out.
Yeah.
So I was watching it and I'm like, wait, something's fishy. Is this guy Striplin? I guess he had a Tommy John surgery. He's making his major league debut, first game, pitching against the Giants, who are hot so far, and they're unable to hit this guy. No hitter early in the season, get people pumped up and ready. Classic Dodgers versus Giants.
You think it's a conspiracy thing?
I thought it was a conspiracy. Like
you thought they were meaning not to hit him.
If they got paid a lot of money to make sure that they don't, in this particular game, that they don't hit against this guy because they want to make him shine for whatever reason, then yes. Some games in particular in sports are written or scripted. Now, there's no guarantee that it's going to play out, but that's what they aim for, I think. And then, just all of a sudden, what happened? It was was it the 7th or 8th inning where they took him out?
Yeah, he reached his pitch limit.
Yeah, it was almost 100 pitches.
It was actually over 100. I think it was 106.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but Lincecum had a game where he pitched a no-hitter. He had like 130, 140 pitches.
Yeah.
for the whole game. That's
But-
a lot. That's probably the most you'd ever want to throw in a game.
That's quite a bit. But Strickland had the Tommy John, so they're worried about injuries, and they wanted so
Yeah, and then the pundits kind of said afterwards he made the right move.
the new manager, what's his name of the dog?
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts.
Yeah, former player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought they could have kept it out a little bit longer just to see, because obviously the Giants were not hitting him. So
They couldn't figure him out for a long time, and then took him out, put in a new pitcher, and then Trevor Brown hits a two-run homer.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything going on conspiracy wise with the game of baseball.
But maybe that was part of the story, to make you think that it was going to be a no-hitter, and then, hey, let's take him out on the 8th inning.
How does Trevor Brown know that he's gonna hit a home run? That's impossible. Physically impossible.
I don't know. I think it's possible that some games are scripted. Maybe some aspects of the game.
Yeah, you're right. Some things, if there was some under the table black deal made previously or before the game, or they could do that. They could pay off a pitcher at a certain given moment.
You know, they probably have the earpiece. Tell Kershaw to throw Madison Bumgarner a changeup, so he can hit it out.
They could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what happened in Kobe Bryant's last game of his career. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I'm not.
So Kobe Bryant's last game of his entire, I think, 21 season career was on Wednesday,
and I missed it.
And you really cared, but you were not there for Kobe.
I was not there for him
when he needed you.
No,
the most.
Nope.
He scored 60 points.
60 points.
60 points.
So what was the score for the team that game?
The whole team?
Yeah.
I think it was 102 to 99, something like that.
So they won by 102. They won 102.
Yeah, they 102 to 99. I think was the final score.
So he made almost 60% of the shots.
Yeah. That is not typical. That's what that was my point.
Okay.
So this was Kobe's last game of his career. So what they tried to do was give him a good game, make it, because all these former players were there to greet him in his last game, and they had this little video where some older players and some current players were paying tribute to him.
It's similar to Peyton Manning's last game with the Broncos.
I don't know if that's... So you're saying they might have staged the whole Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl and the championship?
Yeah.
That's harder.
Black people versus white people. Peyton being the white guy, and he's retiring. Make sure he goes off.
Could be. I think it's more difficult to stage an entire season and an entire championship, wouldn't you say? Versus I'm just talking about a single game.
An entire season, yeah. No, I agree, but I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that certain games are scripted.
Yeah. I don't know. For that particular game, no-hit game, I don't think that was scripted.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I think the Giants sincerely do want to win every game.
Yeah.
There was back in the day, Pete Rose was a manager for Cincinnati Reds, and supposedly he bet on some games while he was managing. And that's
right.
why he's
I remember that, yeah.
banned from the Hall of Fame. He actually has the record for the most hits ever by one player in their career, but he can never get into the Hall of Fame because there's evidence that shows that he was gambling, betting on games that he was managing.
Big deal. Who cares?
That's a big deal.
Who cares?
And does a manager really have that much control over a game anyways? I don't know.
So if he wants to make a quick buck betting against or for his team, so what?
You're ruining the quality of the game.
We got to mention John Miller's awesome call of Buster Posey's best
Oh,
friend.
do you actually have that
grand slam? Yeah, I have that clip.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Swinging. There's a high drive. Deep into left center field. It's on its way. Adios! Pelota! A grand slam for Buster Posey's good friend, Hunter Pence. 12-6 Giants. They have broken it open here in the 8th inning. And Pence gets his first 4 RBIs all at the same time.
A home run for Buster Posey's best friend Hunter Pence.
Yeah, he's losing his memory there. He's getting older. He's getting older.
Now, I was able to get the real unedited raw footage of that audio clip.
Okay.
I have that.
Let's hear it.
Right.
Let's hear it.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Swinging. There's a high drive. Deep into left center field. It's on its way. Adios! Pelota! A grand slam for Buster Posey's good friend, Hunter Pence. 12-6 Giants. They have.
So it looks like John Miller had a shard in his pants when he was making that call.
Was it the shards or was it like brain shards?
Yeah, brain shards. He had a mental fart gas go through one of his synapses. So he saw Hunter Pence, but then all of a sudden, Buster Posey's best friend, Hunter Pence.
You don't think it was pretty good how he was able to work his way out of there?
Yeah, it was smooth. I couldn't even tell. I'm like, oh, cool. This is just another creative John Miller call.
Yeah,
of a home run.
At first that he was just trying to be creative, you know.
And now I like how Kruko and Kipe kind of make fun of him. You know, it was Buster Posey's best friend, Hunter Pence. It's birthday.
Yeah, they keep the whole week. They kept playing on it. You know?
And then Posey and Pence posted the funny picture of them on Twitter. Best friends.
Oh, I didn't see. Yeah, I don't have the Twitter.
You gotta get the Twitter, man.
Gotta get the Twitter.
All right,
Gotta get the Twitter.
And all right, Cruz. Any other things you like to talk about or share regarding?
I think Giants are off to a decent start. Things could be better, but it's just early on. It's only 10 games.
I'm
at 162.
I'm excited for the Shark.
The Shark,
the Shark.
He had a really good game in Colorado.
I think he had an awesome game.
It was tough.
I enjoy watching him pitch. Him and Brown seem to have a good rapport.
The Brown
Shark.
The
Brown Shark.
Brown and the Shark.
Yeah.
Brown shards.
And they need to do something about rain in San Francisco. I don't know if you saw the game with Cueto slipping on the mound, falling down several times in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, Cueto's got a very kind of sporadic motion where he if it is going to be wet in the mound, he's going to slip sometimes.
Yeah. So
he flails off.
He what?
He flails. When he's throwing, when he's
so maybe it's just his pitching style or his
on his follow through. You notice he just kind of is really tossing his legs out.
Okay, so it's not
makes him vulnerable. Well, if it is wet, it's I mean they could make it better for him. The grounds crew.
Yeah, but I don't know. He was able to work through it, so that was pretty cool.
You're talking about that game where he gave up 5 runs in the first inning?
Yeah. He was on a slow start, but then he caught up and he pitched a good game. I think it was a good game. I can't remember now. But
he did end up pitching a game. He ended up getting the win.
The win, yeah, you got to win.
Yeah, that's hard to do after you give up so many runs and for your team to be able to come back.
Yeah, so that's helpful. I think the Giants are doing well on that part, being able to
come back,
support and that was the first game with Bumgarner, right? They were able to offensively help support Bum through a rough patch.
Yeah. Actually, that's how Bumgarner pitched in his first game. I don't think he pitched that great, but the offense came through.
Okay, since we're on the topic of the Giants, we'll just do our game right now. So I have a couple trivia questions, and you know what? I think you've already answered some of them while we're talking. In any case, I'm going to ask you several questions, and you need to do your best to answer them correctly.
Okay.
All right, question number 1. What was the first team that the San Francisco Giants played against for the start of the 2016 baseball season?
That would be the Milwaukee Brewers.
Woo! That is correct.
All right.
Good job.
I'm paying a little bit of attention.
Okay. All right, how about you ask me your question then?
These are really tough questions, especially since you didn't watch yesterday's game.
You can't ask me questions from a game that I haven't watched.
I have to.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
So, name the Giants pitcher that pitched in the 7th inning in his major league debut, and he struck out the side.
This was last night's game?
Yeah.
So he hasn't pitched before for the Giants yet. This is his major league debut.
Last night was his major league debut.
And why are you asking me this question like DeGrasse?
DeGrasse.
I was trying to figure out what's his name.
I don't know, because that's how DeGrasse would ask a question. All right, you're not
all right.
This guy's name is Joe Law.
Joe Law. I never heard of this guy. When did they?
No, he's brand new.
Oh, brand new. Okay,
it's bacon new.
All right.
He struck out. Actually, he gave up a triple though.
Oh, he did. One triple, or a couple triples.
One triple,
or triple triples.
Just one, not 3, just one.
One.
And then after that, he was able to get out of it without letting that guy score. So
okay,
pretty impressive.
All right, so Derek Law is on the radar.
Or Joe.
Or Joe Law. Okay.
Or is it Derek Law? It's Derek. Sorry.
Derek Law.
Joe Law is his
dad. I looked it up just now, and I'm like, wait, Derek Joe Law or Joe Derek Law?
Joe, I believe, is his father.
Oh, okay. Father. Okay. All right, well, that's a tough damn question. I didn't watch that damn game.
That's okay.
All right. So I got a couple easy ones for you. Ready?
Easy ones, you never know.
It's a 2-part question.
All right.
Which Giants pitcher pitched 8 solid innings to get his first win for the San Francisco Giants?
What? It's kind of a general.
This happened last 2 weeks. In fact, I think this past week. Which Giants pitcher pitched 8 solid innings to get his first? Shamarja Jeff Shark.
The Shard.
Very good. So
the Shard.
All right, and who?
Let's say Shard.
Shard.
It's Shark.
Sharks. All right, and who was catching for this giant?
The Brown Shard.
The Brown Shard.
Shark. Trevor Brown.
Trevor Brown. Very good. Okay. All right. Feed me.
All right. Again, this is from last night, and you have no idea.
All right. Last night's game.
Name the type of animal. Do you know the Doyers announcer? His name is Vin Scully. Have you heard of this guy?
Is it the old guy?
Yeah, it's very.
The pitcher.
That's him. He's very legendary. Very
Giants.
good.
I don't.
Very good at broadcaster announcer.
Okay, because I'm old.
So Vin Scully was talking about Madison Bumgarner, and this is what he does. He talks with a lot of the players before the game just to get some good insight.
Okay.
So Vin Scully was talking about Mad Bum.
Oh, right.
Him and his wife do a lot of cattle toting or wrangling or something.
Bum does that?
Yeah, with his wife.
Okay.
Name the animal that Mad Bum startled them as they were out in the fields, and Mad Bum decided to hack up into pieces.
Hacked up into pieces?
Yeah.
Did he really?
With an axe, yeah.
And they were in a forest?
Well, it's all out in
like a field, a farm.
I think they grew up in North Carolina somewhere out in the south over there.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Can I take 2 guesses?
You can take a couple guesses.
I wanted to say deer, but I don't know. That's a little harsh to hack up a deer.
Yeah,
but so I'm gonna say a cow.
Nah, he's not mean to cows. It's like an animal that would scare you, kind of thing.
An animal that would scare me.
I can give you a hint.
Okay, give me a hint. He would.
Indiana Jones is very fearful of these.
Oh, snake.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
so Vince Scully was telling the story about this snake that he
hacked
thought
up
was a
into
rattlesnake,
Uh-huh.
and got scared. I think the wife was scared, so he takes his axe, chops up the snake, and he continues on with the story. Apparently, there were 2 little bunnies inside the snake that the snake had eaten.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I think one was already kind of digested,
partially digested,
and yeah, I don't know. But one had actually survived, and they nourished it back to health and kept it, and then released it out into the wild.
Really?
Yep.
So it wasn't fully digested yet. It was still alive in there, in the stuck's gut.
Yeah, well, there are 2.
Snake's gut.
So one, I think, was already, and then the other survived.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting tidbit.
Interesting tidbit. I did not know that Bum hacked up a snake and pulled out a damn rabbit from its innards and brought it back to life.
And the moral of the story is you have to get yourself back up and be a survivor, and you can be there and do good things for the world.
At first, I just imagined Bum being angry and hacking up a bull to pieces and devouring its flesh like in The Revenant. I love me some bull.
No, there's some good in this story.
Okay.
He saved a little bunny.
All right. Oh, so
killed the snake.
I like bunnies. They're good to my girlfriend. All right. So my third and last question. On April 9th, 2016, Mad Bum and Kershaw faced each other in a pitching duel. The Bum homered off Kershaw. However, another giant smacked one out of the park against Kershaw. Who was this giant?
Well, that would be Hunter Pence's good friend Buster Posey.
Okay, that's true. But there was another giant in particular.
Wait, no, you can't do that.
Is that the same game?
I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
We need Paul Leto to confirm.
Paul would know.
He would know.
Leto, yeah.
But there was. I
could have sworn you did that.
I don't know. I don't think Buster Posey's best friend Hunter Pence hit the home run against Kershaw. I'm pretty sure it was someone else.
Was it?
So who was this giant? Underrated giant.
Was it the brownie again?
The brownie again? What's his name?
Trevor Brown?
No, I thought you meant like literally brown. Well, there's a hint. He's brown.
He's Denard Span?
Not that brown.
You racist.
How am I racist? No, I just said not. There's brown and then there's black. He's black. This guy's brown.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So who's this brown guy?
I can't think. Who's the brown guy?
He's got a number 13 on his uniform.
Who's 13?
He's a brown 13.
I don't know numbers.
All right. It is or was Eri Adrianza.
Oh yeah.
He smacked.
Dude, he smacked him.
Yeah,
huh?
he clobbered Kershaw, and Kershaw was thinking, "Man, this brown guy. Who's this little brown dude? He can't hit me."
So now Kershaw's the racist.
Kershaw.
Friends.
Kershaw's his face was hilarious. He was basically saying, "How did that brown minority hit off this mighty whitey's arm.
But Kershaw always gets hit by people that you wouldn't expect. That's the only people that hit him. Everybody else can't hit him.
Which explains his annoying face. When he does that face, I just want to hit him in the balls real quick.
He has an annoying Kershaw face.
He does. I just want to go right in his balls.
Because he has kind of scraggle hair. And
he's got this
beard.
scraggly beard and this annoying stick my arms up in the air, put the ball towards the sky, bring it down towards my balls.
Present to you a very special.
Yeah, I guess you don't really like Kershaw as a player.
No, I don't. I really just want the Giants to clobber.
Too bad for last night then, huh?
Yeah. Oh well.
He had the last laugh there. He did have a wild pitch though.
Oh, he did? Okay. Well,
so Bumgarner had a single off of him, and then on the wild pitch, or actually they loaded the bases, and then on a wild pitch, Bumgarner scored.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then Bumgarner was like, "In your face."
Good.
No, I don't know. Does he do that? He should do that to Kershaw.
But I'm sure Kershaw does that annoying punch me in the balls face.
Too bad you can't post a picture. Well, maybe I'll post it on the website.
Okay. If he does that, I don't know if there's a picture of that particular face.
I'm sure on the web you can get it.
I'll try.
Just Google.
I'll try. But just the way, but especially with
just Google punch me in the balls Kershaw.
Punch me in the balls face. I'm gonna get some weird.
It'll be the first image you get.
I'm gonna get some weird images. But this is in particular when Adrianza hit it. He was just—I swear, it was racism on his face. It was just like this little scrawny brown dude. Get the hell out of here! You don't hit against the white man.
He did it.
Yeah,
he did it.
I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to go into our third topic.
Well, we could just juice it up for 5 minutes.
Well, the clip is 5 minutes. So this one is about Donald Trump punishing women for having an abortion.
Do you have a clip of him saying that?
So let me try to get up to that point.
Do you have scientific evidence?
I do.
Well, look, I mean, as you know, I'm pro-life, right? I think you know that. With the 3 exceptions, but pretty much that's my stance. Is that okay? You understand?
What should the law be on abortion?
Well, I have been pro-life.
I know. What should the law? I know your principle. That's a good value, but what should be the law?
They've set the law, and frankly, the judges, and you're going to have a very big election coming up for that reason, because you have judges where it's a real tipping point. And with the loss of Scalia, who was a very strong conservative, this presidential election is going to be very important, because when you say what's the law, nobody knows what the law is going to be. It depends on who gets elected, because somebody's going to appoint conservative judges, and somebody's going to appoint liberal judges, depending on who wins.
I've never understood the pro-life position.
Well,
I never understood it, because I understand the principle. It's human life as people see it. But what crime? What crime is it?
Well, it's human life.
No, should the woman be punished for having an abortion?
Look.
And this is not something you can dodge. If you say abortion is a crime or abortion is murder, you have to deal with it under the law. Should abortion be punished?
Well, people in certain parts of the Republican Party and conservative Republicans would say yes, they should be punished.
How about you?
I would say that it's a very serious problem, and it's a problem that we have to decide on. It's very hard.
But you're forbidding it.
Are you going to say, well, wait, are you going to say put them in jail? Is that the punishment
what I'm asking
that you're talking about?
Because you say you want to ban it. What's that mean?
I am pro-life, yes.
What is ban? How do you ban abortion? How do you actually do it?
Well, you'll go back to a position like they had, where people will perhaps go to illegal places.
Yeah.
But you have to ban it.
You ban it and they go to somebody who flunked out of medical school.
Are you Catholic?
Yes, I think
And how do you feel about the Catholic Church's position?
I accept the teaching authority of my church on moral issues.
But do you know their position on abortion?
Yes, I do.
And do you concur with that position?
I concur with their moral position, but legally, I get to the question. Here's my problem with it.
No, but let me ask you, but what do you say about
It's not funny.
Your church? Yeah, it's really not a funny thing. What do you say about your church? They're very, very strong.
They're allowed to, but the churches make their moral judgments, but you running for president of the United States will be chief executive of the United States. Do you believe believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
10 cents, 10 years,
I don't
what?
know. That I don't know. That
Why
I don't
not?
know. I don't know.
You take positions and everything else.
Frankly, I do take positions and everything else. It's a very complicated position.
But you say bluntly you're pro-life, meaning you want to ban it.
But the Catholic Church is pro-life.
No, let's not talk about my religion.
But no, I am talking about your religion. Your religion, I mean, you say you're a very good Catholic.
I didn't say very good. I said I'm a Catholic. What? And secondly, I'm asking, you're running for president, I'm not. I'm asking you, what should a woman face if she chooses to have an abortion?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that game.
You said you're pro-life.
I am pro-life.
That means banning abortion.
And so is the Catholic Church pro-life.
But they don't control this isn't Spain. We don't control the church doesn't control the government.
What is the punishment under the Catholic Church? What is the punishment?
Let me give you something from the New Testament. Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. Don't ask me about my religion.
No,
I'm asking you. You want to be president of the United States. You tell me what the law should be. Just tell me what the law should be. You say you're pro-life.
I am pro-life.
What's that
mean?
With
exceptions. I am pro-life. I have not determined what the punishment would be.
Why not?
Because I haven't determined
when you decide to be pro-life, you should have thought of it. Because
you could ask anybody.
Here's the problem. Here's my problem with this. If you don't have a punishment for abortion, I don't believe in it, of course. People are going to find a way to have an abortion.
You don't believe in what? You don't believe in what?
I don't believe in punishing anybody for having an abortion.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's
of course
fine.
Not. And I think it's a woman's choice.
So you're against the teachings of your church?
I believe I have a view and a moral view, but I believe we live in a free country, and I don't want to live in a country so fascistic that it can stop a person from making that decision.
But then that
would be so invasive.
I know, but I've heard
so determinative of a society that I wouldn't be one we're familiar with. And Donald Trump, you wouldn't be familiar with a society like that.
But I've heard you speaking so highly about your religion and your church.
Yeah.
Your church is very, very strongly, as you know, pro-life.
I know.
What do you say to your church?
I say, I accept your moral authority. In the United States, the people make the decisions, the courts rule on what's in the Constitution, and we live by that. That's what I say.
Yeah, but you don't live by it because you don't accept it. You can't accept it. You can't accept it. You can't accept it.
Can we go back to matters of the law and running for president? Because matters of the law, what I'm talking about, and this is the difficult situation you placed yourself in. By saying you're pro-life, you mean you want to ban abortion. How do you ban abortion without some kind of sanction? Then you get into that very tricky question of a sanction. A fine on human life, which you call murder.
It'll have to be determined.
A fine, imprisonment for a young woman who finds herself pregnant.
It will have to be determined.
What about the guy that gets her pregnant? Is he responsible under the law for these abortions? Or is he not responsible for an abortion decision?
It hasn't. Different feelings, different people.
Yeah.
I would say no.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Very intense. Trump was put on the spot by Chris Matthews' hardball testes.
I mean, I don't think it was intense. Yeah, Chris Matthews. Doesn't he have a show called Hardball? Or something?
Yeah, Chris Matthews has some testes of steel.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so there's a lot.
Didn't really come across. He never really got to his point.
Who?
Trump never got to anything.
He didn't answer the question necessarily. Yeah, he didn't give a definitive answer. More or less, I think he indirectly. There's somewhere in there he did say something about we should punish women who have an abortion.
There was, and then Chris Matthews kind of gave him a guess, like 10, 15 years. Or,
give me a rough. What do you mean by punishment? Like chop off her hand?
Yeah,
go to prison, a fine, define punishment. But there was a fallacy or an invalid argument on Chris Matthews when Trump said he was pro-choice, pro-life. Just because if you're pro-life, that doesn't mean punishment.
Right.
He kept saying that. Oh, well, you're pro-life, so therefore, what's the punishment?
Well, who's going to get punished? Is it going to be the women who have their abort their own pregnancies, or is it going to be the doctor?
The doctor. Well, then I think a couple of days later, after that discussion with Chris Matthews, Trump immediately took back what he said, and he said, "Oh, what I meant to say, a woman has every right to choose what she wants to do to her own body. It's the doctor's responsibility. So if the doctor goes ahead and performs the abortion or the surgery, then he or she will be punished."
The doctor, right?
The doctor.
Okay.
Because apparently the doctor is doing something immoral.
Yeah, well, it's the doctor's fault. because they have to make the judgment for the woman, right?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Now, of course, this wasn't Trump's recant. This was the person who pulls the strings on Trump's testicles.
On public relations.
Yeah, public relations. I'll say this. Make sure you say this on the TV. Say this, that the doctor should be punished, not the woman, you idiot.
But because this recant is not going to make a difference. Now, that nice little clip I sent you, when you have a chance, listen to it. But it's about how Trump may not win because he might not get enough delegates. And there's this delegate speaking on this clip and he's basically saying that the primary and the caucus votes don't really matter at all. One bit.
Okay.
And he's right. If you look at the rules of how you vote in the president, primaries and caucuses, they're just there for the delegates to get an idea of what the populace, who they want.
Okay.
But it's really up to them to decide who the president or who their candidate is going to be.
Right. Isn't that what we were talking about several shows ago about the delegates or the super delegates? Or
Yes.
is this, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I just didn't realize it. But now that Trump actually is realizing it himself, this is in the current news, Trump is actually really he's upset about this whole delegate thing, and he didn't realize that that's what's going on. But
right, so it doesn't even matter how many delegates you have necessarily.
Well, it matters. Yeah, you can get as soon as you get I forget for the Republican Party how many it is. It's 1,300 or something, or 1,200, whatever. As soon as you get that many, I think they do have to pick that person. But if they don't get to that limit, then the delegates have to pick.
So I always imagine so the delegates are just people, right? If whoever provides a stronger argument in support or against Trump, I think that's going to determine ultimately, right? Because they have to make a case.
Yeah. Yeah, there are people, they're humans like me and you know. So who knows?
So I would imagine that even if Trump has a large number of delegates, I think that's irrelevant. It's about who has stronger arguments for or against Trump, despite the populace and the number of delegates.
Yeah, eventually
that's what I would imagine.
Convention, that's what will be decided.
Yeah. I wanted to go into more detail about abortion and Trump's what he was saying, and then Chris Matthews, the flaws in the reasoning.
Yeah, there was a lot of flaws. But to me, I just see it again. Trump is just dodging the question, and Chris Matthews is trying his hardest to put Trump on the spot, and Trump is just not willing to give in.
Yeah, it's like how these politicians, even Chris Matthews, they paint it like this black and white situation. It's either right or it's wrong. Abortion is a tricky subject. It's a tricky moral subject. Yeah. And there's so many different variables that determine the outcome of a situation.
Right.
To say that it's absolutely wrong or absolutely right blatantly ignores these multifaceted conditions, variables.
Well,
you got to treat it. You got to treat it individually, case by case.
Yeah, you do, and what the appeal of bringing a topic like abortion out into the media or out into the mainstream is because people are passionate about it, and it's controversial, and people will want to listen in on it. Otherwise, it has nothing to do with what the president thinks or wants.
No, it isn't. It's just, let's figure out what the majority feels about abortion. If they hate it, if they're against it, then let me be against it and say that I'm against it.
Then you get people who are for it or against it to be on your side, and who will want to vote for you because you think just the same way as they do.
Yeah, but I want to tell everyone that abortion is not a black and white issue. Because if it is, let's just take a simple example. A common argument against abortion is that it's the killing of an innocent person, okay? And killing innocent people is morally wrong. A fetus is an innocent person, so therefore abortion is morally wrong. But if you accept this as a black and white situation, if you say that abortion is wrong because you're killing an innocent person, then think about the death penalty. You would have to be against the death penalty because it's killing a human being, not necessarily an innocent human person, but you're still killing a person.
Well, yeah,
or wars. Think about
some people align their abortion stance with they don't believe in the death penalty either, right? Most people are of that train of thought where if they're against abortion, they're definitely against the death penalty.
Yeah. And you have to be against wars, all wars against terrorism, right? Because you're killing people.
Well, I'm not really against wars that kill people. I'm only against, I'm against wars that kill people. I'm for wars that do not kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, serious. That's how people think. I don't mind two countries going to war. The intention is not to kill people. The intention is to prevent the killing of people.
Okay. So that kind of bullshit logic.
Yeah, you see.
Right. And then, of course, yeah, go ahead.
Well, all I'm saying is let's take the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh,
right?
there you go.
You kill 200,000 people to prevent the genocide of millions of people.
Yeah, and it's contradictory to the fundamental moral principle that human life has value.
Depends where that life is and if it's relevant to you. If you even know that that life is being lost. If a life falls down in a forest and nobody knows about it, is that life really lost?
Yeah, I'd have to ask God I have to ask God.
I mean, right? Isn't that the whole premise behind that little
the tree in the forest?
The tree in the forest. Yeah. If there's a life that's lost in the world and you don't know about it, is it really a lost life?
I don't think it is a lost life.
Right.
And I don't think the tree makes a sound because there's no human being to experience or perceive it.
Right. There you go.
Because sound is only meaningful when there's an ear.
Yeah.
A human ear. With just an ear, no brain, just a human ear.
Just an ear. Yeah. And then a robot could actually hear now, so it doesn't even have to be a human ear.
Yeah. And the other thing about the abortion issue with Trump and Matthews is they completely ignore the distinction between morality and legality. Something can be moral, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be legal.
Yeah, that's something they didn't take philosophy class, so they don't know the difference.
There's a huge difference. Slavery was legal back in the day, the 1700s. It was a legal institution, but does it mean that it's moral? No! You can come up with moral arguments against slavery. Just because it's legal doesn't make it moral,
Whoa.
Something can be illegal and be moral. Something can be moral and illegal.
Yeah, but again, Trumpeters don't really care about logic.
Well, they should. These people should, especially these goddamn politicians who are running for president. And they assume a fetus is an innocent person. Is a fetus a person? What is a fetus? What is a bunch of cells?
Well, remember Krauss and the turkey argument and the ejaculation thing and his thing? It's like,
what? Krauss ejaculates what?
Didn't
That's all I heard.
Yeah, well, Krauss, right? It is his argument with Peter Singh, right? He was talking about
turkey
inseminators,
right?
And,
what about
them? The seeds of if when the turkeys are not able to impregnate, what happens with those seeds of turkey life?
They disappear. They die.
They die.
They die. So
those are lives, right? Of turkeys.
Okay, so Carrie, the analogy with human beings would be don't masturbate.
There you go. Yeah.
Males should not masturbate because if you do masturbate, then you are killing the potentiality of life in those sperm cells.
Well, take it a step back even further. You could you have that potential in you. Every male has it, so he has to keep spreading the seed. As he has a duty to spread his seed everywhere.
Be abundant and reproduce. Spread life everywhere you go.
Let's not keep
I think we lost
off these lives. Let's spread the life.
Spread the life. Spread your seed, males. Spread them out there.
Right? Isn't that the extreme?
Yeah, that's the extreme. If life is so important and valuable, let's spread the seed.
Spread that seed.
Spread your seed.
You're killing these seeds if you're not spreading them.
So for every
yourself,
you lose 1 billion lives.
So you can't do that.
So you gotta
spread it out.
1 billion seeds, an eye for an eye.
So then the then the world population will be quadrillions.
Yeah, because there's a lot of going on in the world right now.
All right. On that note,
I think we lost our one listener.
Yeah, one listener's like,
okay, they lost me. I was enjoying the cats and the giants, and then this whole spreading your seed.
That's the extreme. If people want to talk about abortion, they got to be ready to talk about.
That's right. Does a fetus have the right to life? Is a fetus a person?
I think there's elements of.
I mean, it's definitely part of our.
life.
It's a Homo sapiens. It's part of our biological species. But is it a person?
It's a hybrid.
Does it have
partially
consciousness, thoughts, and ideas? Oh, speaking of, before I forget, there was a study that a fetus masturbates while in the womb of a woman.
Really?
I'm not kidding. No. So all that kicking inside, it's probably.
I think you lost Paul-Ado.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, I want to end there.
That's how we end.
Oh man! All right, I got a good what?
Yeah, get a good ending.
I got a good ending. Okay, a science fact.
Science fact. Science.
There is enough DNA in an average person's body to stretch from the sun to Pluto and back 17 times. So the human genome, the genetic code in each human cell, contains 23 DNA molecules, each containing from 500,000 to 2.5 million nucleotide pairs. DNA molecules of this size are 1.7 to 8.5 centimeters long when uncoiled, or about 5 centimeters on average. There are about 37 trillion cells in the human body, and if you uncoil all of the DNA encased in each cell and put them end to end, then these would sum to a total length of 2 times 10 to the 14th meters, or enough for 17 Pluto round trips.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, we have that potential.
Mm-hmm. So I could travel, therefore, I could travel to Pluto.
Just walking on your strands of DNA. But then you wouldn't exist anymore.
I wouldn't exist. So I would take your strands of DNA, throw them out there like a ladder, Indiana Jones style. Just
I don't think they're very strong. They don't have a strong tensile strength. So.
They're a good elasticity.
Yeah, probably not. It's not like a spider web.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting science fact.
Thanks, Kraus.
You're welcome.
All right. We did our hour and a half.
Oh, an hour and a half show of random stuff.
Turkey ejaculation
stuff.
And cat feces.
with a sprinkle of sanity.
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a random show.
Mm-hmm.
So you got cat feces, unborn weird fetuses, and masturbation, and in between that sandwich of bizarreness, you have baseball.
There we go. To keep us all calm and sane.
Calm and sane. All right, so you're going to go to Wazzle Doozle?
Yeah, I haven't been there in probably 10 years.
10 years. So what is this place?
Waze Goose?
Waze Goose. And where is it?
Irvine. UCI.
UC Irvine. Irvine, California. Okay, so you're gonna. It's a park, a festival?
Yeah, you never been there?
No, I know. You got to tell the audience. Explain to the audience. What is it? Because they don't know what it is.
Food, booths, games, an auto show. I think some bands playing music.
All right. Yeah. So it's a big part in the center of UCI.
Yeah.
And they're having an extravaganza of sorts.
I miss it every year. I always forget. And I think there was a few years where I'd look it up and it was like the day before, it was the day after. It's too late.
Is it open to the public or is it just students? I can't remember.
That's public, yeah. Okay. Anybody can go.
Well, that's a good thing because you don't want to be around like little kids and they're like, "Who's this old man doing here?"
Yeah, no, that's everybody. Where's the old? Yeah, I'm not that old. I can qualify.
Yeah. You think you could pass as a student?
Yeah.
All right.
Graduate PhD.
You should check out the philosophy department for me. Say
hello. They have a booth.
The booth. Philosophy booth. All right. Well, enjoy your Irvine travels. Okay. UC Irvine.
All right. You enjoy your whatever you're doing there.
Do enjoy producing this episode. Yeehaw!
There you go.
Soot.
Suck. All right, so you're all stuffed out?
I'm all stuffed out. So this ASP Stuff Radio signing off with all this human genome in my nose. I'm stuffed up, or we're stuffed up. See you. Bye. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Adios, muchachos y muchachas.
Change is difficult. And what this man is asking of us is to be the machine now. I give you Bernie Sanders.
Like a fish.
All right.
Change is difficult.
Adios! Pelota! A grand slam for Buster. Posey's good friend, Hunter Pence.
I give you Bernie Sanders.
And 1, 2, 3, lights, camera, action. Welcome.
More studies are needed to figure out exactly what the link is here, but one thing doctors seem sure about: wash your hands, don't eat uncooked meat, especially pork, and keep that litter box clean.
Bumgarner tells a story which, in a sense, reminds you of what it takes to be a big league ball player. It's 2 years ago in spring training, and he and his wife were roping cattle, which is what they do. 1-1 pitch. Sinker low, ball 2-1, and they were startled by a large snake. And Madison thought it was a rattlesnake, so he grabbed an axe and he hacked the snake to pieces. But there's something more to the story. 2-1 pitch, low, ball 3-1. When his wife Allie and an expert field dresser examined what was left of the snake, she found 2 baby jackrabbits inside pieces of the snake and extracted them. 3-1 pitch to Turner, way inside, ball 4. And after she extracted them, a short while later, the Bumgarners noticed that one of the rabbits had moved slightly. It was alive. Well, his wife brought the rabbit back to their apartment. For the next few days, they kept it warm, bottle nursed it, and the rabbit soon was healthy enough that they released it into the wild. And Madison said, just think about how tough that rabbit was. First it gets eaten by a snake, then the snake gets chopped to pieces, then it gets picked up by people and lives. It's all true. Meanwhile, line drive base hit to center by Hendrick, and the Dodgers are in business, first and second and nobody out. So I guess really the morale to the whole story about the rabbit and the snake, you've got to somehow survive. You've got to somehow battle back. A lesson well taught for all of us.